I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to King Dolphin Television, episode 271. I'd like to welcome you all. This is going to be a tough one tonight, with the passing of our very good and dear friend and a light throughout the community, Mike Alonso, also known as Clobbering Times. It's very sad. It's been unofficial up until I just looked on the Facebook page, and a member of her family just said that they just confirmed his passing. So it's going to be a rather melancholy show tonight, but I personally think Sandra, our producer, thinks, and my two esteemed guests all think that Clobbering Time, Mike would have wanted us to go on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think he would have wanted us to go on and go status quo. So let's all keep Clobby in our minds. And as soon as I get this silly GoFundMe posted, you can. We have a means to help out the family.
Mm-hmm.
So while that's coming up, I would like to introduce my two esteemed guests. I am very honored to have, finally, after a long while of trying to get them, we have Dadman Walking 55.
Hello.
And this is Dadman Walking 55.
Hello.
I am so honored to have you two. I wish it was under better circumstances, but as they say, the show must go on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And I really think Cloppy would have wanted it this way. Like, Dadman has said he would be, stop giving me all the attention. He's very humble, sweet, dear man, and I think this honors him by doing this.
Yes, it does. And I'm trying to make sure. Okay, I do not know why it is not posting. But of course, Dream Elements is a pain.
Well, I would say to that point, I know been on many streams with him, and he's always, it wasn't about him. It was to, just keep doing your thing. His opinion didn't matter. I mean, whether we're talking sports and stuff like that, it just, he's always saying, don't let me hold you up, always, keep going, do what you got to do.
Yep. Okay. For those who want to go, for those that wish to contribute to Clobby's GoFundMe, I have pinned it up on the beginning of the chat. So you can go in there and click on that, and you should be able to go to donate it as you see fit. Okay. So now Dadman and Mrs. Dadman uh, have been lucky enough to have met Clobby. Please
Hmm.
tell us a little bit about how that went.
Dadman, you
Goodness.
can go first.
We're deferring to each other. Yeah. Well, it was quite interesting how it happened. Of course, I'd gotten to know Clobby a bit on Mark D with a C Sunday night show, the Geekery Show, which we all love to turn into the Eatery Show to have some fun. And yeah, and he started coming on football. He loved talking football, and I loved, you know, having him on with that. This big streamer. Uh, it was a chance for him to have an outlet about something, like you said, didn't have a chance to talk about as much as he would like to. And I just threw it one night because we were headed that way last year on our tour across America. I said, "Hey, can we meet? Would you like?" Because the way we were going was going to take us way over there in Louisiana, well, Mississippi, but we're like, it's only another hour west. We're like, sure, let's do it. I mean, he picked the place, had everything lined up. He was there well in advance. We were the late ones. Walked up to him, big old guy you couldn't miss in the parking lot, and like walking up to him, offering a hug, like,
Hmm.
and it's like a big old bear there, and then the thing, Ben Graham, yeah, that's what he looked like, walking right up to him, and just very, very personable, very loving, and just really receptive. How do you think, Mrs.?
Um, just a sweet and genuine human being. Um, what you saw on stream was what he was. There was no pretension. No, I mean, he wasn't faking it. He was just so genuine. And he was a good hugger too. Just he'll be missed. He'll be missed. There
He
is
will
going to
be.
be a dark hole in the streaming community for a while.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Well, I looked at him as a role model
Mhm.
because even before I started streaming, because he said a few things, and like you said, a cautionary reminder: it's forever out there. Put stuff out there, it's going to be there and remind you. So it gave me a warning to, okay, take a second thought before you do certain things, and you have some caution, uh, with things, and it's really, really, was a great guy to bounce stuff off. I tell you what, and I'll be honest, it was nervous asking him to come on the first time. But he did, and he kept coming back. Especially we did sports the year before last. We talked about pro football. I know he was having to undo his ban to come back and talk, but his knowledge of NFL history is just amazing, and you could tell he enjoyed talking football. He loved it, like he did everything. He talked as much passionately about football, the good and the bad, as he does the comics and all the other stuff that most people know him for.
Give me a quick second here. I think we've got some.
I think the echo is me, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm so afraid I'm going to make myself leave the
Okay.
show.
Give me a second because there's also something on my end. Hold on. Chat, stand by.
So, well, and I will say he knew the place to take us to that night, Mrs.
Oh my gosh!
He knew right take us with, had a great food there, and was it
Oh, what that was it? A Chris? Was there something with the?
we had the Krispy Kreme bread pudding was
Oh
the
my
dessert,
gosh!
and that was the end of it. And but
Uh,
I had the blackened fish that night. They were like local dishes, something seats, cheap seats or something like that. It was one that Drew Brees owned
hmm
in that franchise. So it was. I mean, he was like his own welcoming committee. He picked a place, set it out, greeted us at the door with the big hugs. When we left, big hugs too.
Oh,
Yeah. I will tell. I have not had the honor uh, to meet him. I've but he's been on my chat. He's been a big inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Doomcock, he was probably one of the inspirations to for me to get my channel. Um, he helped me. He, it was just his style and how he presented himself on his streams. I said, "Oh, I want to be like Bobby
Mm-hmm.
when I get my when I get my you know when I get my channel finally."
Mm-hmm.
And it so Clobby, we know you're probably watching us from um, up there at the great comic book store in the sky. Where this one's dedicated to you.
Mm-hmm.
And we're probably the first group to actually run a show after
Mm-hmm.
this.
Well, it literally was breaking as we
Right.
were coming
Yeah.
together.
So we're glad to be the first ones to dedicate their show to you, Clobbering Times. Rest
Mhm.
in peace.
Yes.
And again, for the family, the the GoFundMe is pinned to the top of the chat. So if you are so inclined, please donate to the family in honor of Clobbering Times.
Hmm. And you guys remember the family now, because this is the time where they're having to make decisions and deal with all this, and just continue to pray for them as they're going through this whole grief process and everything that they have to do
Right.
in real life. So yeah, keep them in your thoughts and prayers still.
Yes, definitely.
Hmm.
Because his family is going to need every prayer that they can get.
Hmm.
So,
Mhm.
that having been said, since the show must go on,
Oh, I had something humorous though with that actually. Mrs. Because we were going that Krispy Kreme banana, the bread pudding, the Krispy Kreme bread pudding.
Hmm.
He was like, he had highly recommended it, then was like, no, he's not going to do it. Then he just, I got to get one too. So it's so funny.
We
The
tempted
conversation,
them.
I know he's like, I got to get one too, and he's like, and he was so friendly with the waitresses, and he was just a great guy there. And like I said, that's why I really enjoyed. Having him on, because he made all kind of time for me. And I mean, for the little guy getting started, he was the same person as he goes on with the bigger channels. And it's a huge hole in all of our hearts.
yes, definitely. Okay, I'm going to take a deep breath.
Okay.
Everybody take a deep breath on the
Yes,
panel.
everybody on the panel take a deep breath.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Hey, don't let I can't. That brings me back to flashbacks to birthing class, Mrs.
I know.
Then I'll quote Richard Simmons if you're not careful.
Oh, please don't.
Okay. Okay. So again, at the beginning, we have the Dadman, Dadman 55, and Mrs. Dadman 55. Otherwise
You can just call me Mrs.
Okay,
It's the
Mrs.
easiest.
Or the Dadman clan.
Either way.
Yep. All right. So, how we do this, and I talked to you in the back room about it. We will ask questions. I will ask questions pretty much to relax everybody and break the ice. And then I will have the chat ask you questions about your channel, what you guys do, and just in general, pick your brains and whatever else. So it's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be as fun as we can make it under this this time. So
actually, I think it will be. But the only thing that I've got is that polar bear like bubbling up, looking at me in the bottom left is kind of intimidating. So,
Hey, yeah, yep. Normally, I have him ready when we to get some ducats in the bucket to help the channel out. I say, don't you have Snort come knocking at your door?
Oh, that cute old bear. He wouldn't do anything.
Uh,
Too terrible.
yeah, too terrible.
He'll just give you hugs.
Yeah. And Sandra decided to take over. She says the rules are out of the window. Klobby would want us to carry on. He would want everyone to have fun. That is
Mm-hmm.
true. That is true.
mm-hmm.
So, hi, lovely Sherry. Yes, and this show is dedicated to Mike Alonso, also known as Clobber Times. So, and again, we are probably the first of the shows to dedicate to it. All right. So, if you like what we have going on here, if you like these interviews, and enjoy the fun on the weekend, the fun that we have on the weekend with Just Cuz, please like and subscribe. I am right now about 340 subscribers, actually 341. Thank you, Mrs. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Mrs. I just saw your email this morning.
All right.
I realized I wasn't. I came over to, I'm up on my laptop and I went, wait a minute, I'm not subscribed. We must subscribe to this channel.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Oh, you are welcome.
I think I'm subscribed to both of you. I gotta double check. I know I think I am. So, all right, let me welcome the chat.
By the way, folks, that's a Mrs. Car window at times.
Oh, I am turning my car on and
She's in Georgia,
the chat,
by the way. Yeah.
I am at my oldest and they are in the house. They just got home from work and they're at the house getting dinner ready and I do all my stuff in the living room. So they're busy in there. So I had to come I am regulated to the car. So it's hot. I'm in Georgia. And so I turned the AC on a little bit and then I rolled down my windows a little bit. So if you hear a car engine, it's me turning the AC on.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
Okay, we have Bucky's Crafting.
Hey, Bucky.
Hello. Hey, Bucky.
We have Dave C.
Dave. Hey, Dave.
We have Tim, FKHC 2005.
Tim.
Hello.
Hey. We've got Good Day Bruce.
Good day,
Good
Bruce.
day, Bruce.
Did you bring the Fostas? Sir.
We've got Captain Notfinity.
Hello.
Hello. Captain Infinity and Beyond.
We've got Jim's Landscape. I think I said that. We've got Maddie's Daddy.
Hey,
Hello,
Steve.
Maddie's Daddy.
Hey.
Hey, Steve. We've got Pat S.
Hey, Pat.
Hello.
We've got Phantom Outsider. The Bear Baiter Extraordinaire. We've got Sci-Fi Mombi.
Oh, hello, both of you.
Sci-Fi Mombi. We've got Sean Carter. We have Matt G, also known as Taylor Swift, greater than Disney.
Hello.
We have the lovely Sherry.
Hello.
Hello. And those are our chats. Before I introduce my amazing wrench team, Sandra just said this was posted by his daughter, 3:15 p.m. Our dad, Mike Alonso, joined the stars on a great adventure, surrounded by family and friends who loved him very much. Not just surround, if I may say, not just surrounding him there, but surrounding him everywhere. Who has ever listened to him. to a great friend and a wonderful person. So, hello, Brian Hepburn.
Brian,
How you
Hello,
doing,
Brian.
who was also instrumental in the takeoff of the Pink Unicorn in Fortnite by giving me all the words to the Unicorn Flake song.
Okay. Ah. Okay.
We're still trying to figure out how to get back at Brian for that.
Yes. Agreed. Comic. That's a good. I am shocked I didn't do this already. Everybody, put a CT out there, or an MA. Either one is appropriate. So everybody put a CT or an MA out. Okay. And now my amazing wrench team, the people who put this all together and keep us all sane and having fun. First off, we have. And hello, Rancor Steve. Boy, everybody's coming in. Hello, Rancor Steve. All right, my amazing wrench team. First off, starting out, Sandra, my better half, our producer, and the one who keeps me sane and also indulges my insanity at times, both on YouTube and out. Love you, honey. We have one of our co-host team, Wendy Webb, Trauma Warrior, who is here. We have the Troublemaker, Legatus Legionii, the first one in, the last one out. We have the amazing adventurer, Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures. Hello, Lord Thought. Welcome. Okay. She's not going to let me live that down. She's not going to let me live that.
Well, I would like to know the sports car story.
I'll tell you later. Pudgy Hedgehog, and we've got the Comic Relief Crusader, and finally the biggest, baddest bear in town, Snorter Poopas, Cuba.
Snorter Poopas!
Snorter Poopas!
Cuba.
Snickerdoodle says hello.
All right. So
that bear is still freaky in the bottom left that corner looking at me. I'm just saying.
Just put your hand over it.
He might bite it.
Yeah. You may not have an arm left. All right.
Yeah.
So we will let us get started. Like I said, I think on who's Snickerdoodles?
Snickerdoodles is a stuffed polar bear that we bought at IKEA and travels around with us. And it is Snorter Poopus. We're trying to think of a name because it's Snorter Poopus's nephew. And so I really couldn't say I was sleeping with Snorter Poopus. So, but Snickerdoodle is not quite so bad.
All right. Then in that case, since you've introduced Snickerdoodle to our lore, then you need to be Snorter Poopas. Scream. Hashtag roar.
Roar.
Yes.
Oh, let's get the show going. Rest in peace, Clobby.
Amen. Amen.
Snort says, oh, besides that, he says, Snickerdoodle is a relative of Mini Snort and Sniffles. Okay, yes. The two bear clan I have here.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so how we're going to do this, normally, which is relative over here, I ask you questions so we can find out more about you, and then I have the chat start asking you questions.
Mhm.
but I know how my chat is, especially a few people of you guys out there. If you guys got questions, um, just put them out there, and then I'll get to them as soon as I can. So that's how. That having been said, let us begin.
All
All right.
right.
All right. So tell us about yourselves outside of your channel. What is the real Dadman clan like?
Oh, well, individually or together.
All right.
It's
Either one. You can actually let's do individually.
okay. Missy, you want to start first?
Okay. Outside of the channel, I'm pretty boring. Um, I like watching K dramas. Any good ones, bad ones, I don't care. Or even, I should say Asian dramas. That's a big thing I love. I crochet, I knit, I do quilting. I actually just like to make the top part of the quilt, the pretty part, and then I just would like somebody else to do the rest of it.
All right.
Um, but I'm pretty boring. During the time when nobody was allowed to leave their house,
Mm-hmm.
my life didn't really change a lot. So um, that's kind of how I am. I'm a homebody, um, and I'm just quite happy um, doing stuff by myself.
Okay. All right. All right, Dadman.
Well, I'm the accountant that can't shut up. I want to get out in front of people and talk and do all kinds of crazy stuff. If you want to do it, I might do it on a dare. Don't dare me. I will do it. The missus will tell
Mm-hmm.
you. Of course,
Mm-hmm.
back in that time when the things all closed, like the miss
Mm-hmm.
referred to, it was hard on me. I had no hobbies outside of sports and things like that. So when everything shut down, it was like working at home. I had to close parks, just nowhere to go or do anything. So I struggled. My youngest decided to give me, said, "Dad, come play Fortnite with me and my friends." Now, when a teenager says that, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
So that I can go into a little bit later about because it leads into how they get the name and all that. But it goes to describe what happened is it put me down so much because I like getting out. I like seeing people. Of course, I joke about around here that uh, I live with a family of cats.
Ooh.
I got three cats.
Uh-huh.
Like Mama Cat is the queen of all of it, and she's like looking at everything, but hey, leave me alone. She walks off. Just I'll come out when I want. You got the baby cat, which is the youngest, that kind of comes out and plays a while, but then goes away. You can't find them. Then my oldest kid is like the cat that says, "Leave me the heck alone," and does not even come around. It's like he's like, you go to pet them, they're pulling back. So that's kind of how it is around here. It's like it's just that's kind of our family dynamics. I think really with that because
Okay.
I do like people and I do like talking, which is one of the reasons why I started the channel finally.
All right. Yeah, that's the next one. What made you two and want to create your channels?
Well, do you want to go first, Mrs., or do you want me to take this one first?
I can go first.
Okay, go ahead.
I had wanted to start the channel about a year before I started it, and then some stuff happened which caused it to be late. I basically wanted a channel that just was positive. That there's so many channels that um, I was watching and I was leaving them like so depressed or just down. And I was like, I really want a channel that um, we can talk about some serious stuff at times, but basically to keep us positive. And that's when my very first stream, and I love doing Legos. That's another thing I didn't say. I love building Legos and
Ooh.
building bricks. And so my very first stream was actually building the Lego TARDIS
Mm.
set. Um, and then it was like, and because I'm an insane person, I went, you know what? I should do a morning show that's just on positivity and we should have birthdays and we talk about celebrations and we do memes and we do all this stuff. Okay, I thought about that. I can't remember what day I did the stream, the TARDIS stream. I'm going to say Monday. I'm not sure what day it was, but let's just say it was Monday that I did
Mhm.
that stream.
Okay.
On Wednesday, I was starting a 7 day a week stream.
Ooh.
I said, let's do, and I started it then. And I've modified it some. Actually, I think I was just going to do Monday through Friday. And then I said, I can't call it your daily dose of positivity if I don't do it every day.
Mhm.
So it was like, okay, then we'll do it every day. So that's how I'm kind of insane. And,
Okay.
and I just kind of, let's do it. And I just, once I started, it was like, let's just do it. And I jumped in full bore. Um, and was trying to do that and build streams. I've got it streamlined a lot more, but just having fun. And now I'm starting to add some gaming streams to it. There's just some different stuff I want to do, but the whole premise of every stream I do is that I want you to be in the stream. You can relax, you can joke, you can leave your troubles at the door, and we just talk silly and and whatever, and just have a good time. And I hope that when people leave my show, when I say goodbye, that they're in a better frame and ready to approach the real world, which is not always nice,
Mhm.
with a better mindset. And that's my goal in every show that I do.
Great. That's great. I've been on the show. I've listened to your show, and yes,
Mhm.
I enjoy it. And speaking of Legos, I got to show you my pride and joy that somebody made for me. As soon as we get a chance to do it, I got to just show you this.
Okay.
All right. Actually, two prides and joys. Okay, Dadman,
Yes.
you. What
Well,
made you want to?
let me, Mrs. With her show, can I touch back to her show real quick?
Sure.
Because one of the things with the Mrs. like she says to go and encourage, but especially in light of today, I'd be remiss the way she ends her show, which is to be kind, show love. You're not promised tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Go to bed with no regrets, and
Mm-hmm.
that is the most. That tells you her heart, and something for all of us these days to make sure we live and consider that in all that we do. So I wanted to point that out because it's one of the best, most meaningful lines that somebody has
Thank
said.
you.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it does stick with me. When you end your show with that, it does get me thinking. Also, not just go have fun, but don't leave something unsaid to somebody.
Be very
Yeah.
intentional in your
Mm-hmm.
words, and remember, like I said, um, you might not have another chance. So
That's
And,
say what you got to say. Tell that person you love them. Tell that
yeah,
person, good show. Tell that person I'm rooting for you. Whatever it is,
mhm.
um,
And
do
if
it.
somebody's reaching out to you, you may think it's annoying, but you know what? That may be how the person is. That may be how they love people, and
mm-hmm.
be grateful that somebody's reaching out like that. And
Hmm.
you know, so it's a two-way street. But yes, exactly.
and and I think um, before we go on, I think that bird tweeting in the background um, is the
Oh,
perfect background music for this show today.
Oh,
oh
yes.
God, darn! Now I can't roll up my window.
Oh, that's cool. Well, for how I got started on the channel, I see the rule about PG, because basically I was told uh, get your own channel by my kid,
By
because
your
we
kid.
started a podcast, Walking Rambling, with my kid, who, by the way, we didn't realize they were streaming so much
Oh
until they came to
gosh,
us wanting a social security number. We're like, what do you need that for? Because I'm monetized. What?
no,
Yeah, well, go ahead,
no,
Mrs.
no, 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 no. He goes for a 1099,
Or
and I'm
1099.
like,
Yeah.
what are you getting a 1099 for? Oh, because I'm streaming. Oh, okay. What are you streaming actually? And they're like, you don't need to know. I said, oh, yes, I do. At that time, they were a minor. I'm like, oh, yes, I do. You're not getting your social security number until you tell us. And so he let us look at the show, and it was art and games, streaming their
Oh, okay.
artwork and doing games. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I said, I want a link
Okay.
to your channel. And they're like, no. I said, yes, I am. You're a minor. Yes. The fact that we did not even know you were streaming and got enough
Good.
followers to be
Yeah.
monetized is troubling to me as your parent.
Good
but
point.
Yeah. You're
but you
like,
know what? They now have over, I think, 1.3
like 1,600 at least.
is it followers on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yep.
They're a Twitch streamer, and I'm so proud of them.
Yep.
But yeah, that's yeah. It was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
pretty.
here you go.
The same
Oh,
kid that got me into Fortnite, that gave me the name, because there's the stories behind that, also finally got tired of me wanting to, hey, let's stream this, let's stream that, let's stream Fortnite. And kid's like, Dad, get your own channel. And also, I was on another streamer friends that we were introduced years ago to, that also said, Dad, you need to do this. Just, get your own channel, do your own content. Don't feel bad for me. Just you do stuff. And finally, one day, it just, I'd been
Just
kicking
started.
around, and then August it came close to college football season, which was my passion. Which is,
Uh-huh.
and it was just like I got to do it. Now time, boom, we had to do it, and it's about a year and a half, going on 2 years now in August. So
Wow.
yeah,
wow.
so it's
How
it's
about-
crazy, and that's part of the avatar we got here that my kid made for me.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
It's a combination of a football and a banana. Banana is from Peely, which is a character in Fortnite. And the
Okay.
football part is the sports part, the part I have now. Because if you look at it closer, you can see the dimples. You know how footballs have dimples?
Yeah.
It's got the dimples
Oh,
on
I
it,
can see it. I
and
can see it.
and the stitching with it. So
Yeah.
so the
Very
kid came
cool.
up with that, and I got different variations of that. So, but
Okay.
that's how I got into streaming. It was the encouragement of my kid and another friend that were just like, do this, go do it.
Hmm.
Okay. So we've got through the hello DJ Play Nice.
Hey DJ.
Hello.
So we've already got through
Ooh, I want
pretty
what
much
Wendy's eating for dinner tonight. Sorry.
grilled beef. We always food is a constant subject.
But that happens to me over with Mardi with a C. Now he's added the eatery section because we go over there. It's like everywhere I go, food breaks out.
Yeah, food breaks out.
Mm.
And I know there's a certain hedgehog with a certain question. I hope he puts it out there. We've pretty much gone through create the channel, and you've been doing Dadman. You've been doing it 2 years.
Almost. It's about 10 months now.
Okay, 10 months. Mrs.
Oh, you're asking me numbers. I don't do good with numbers. I don't know. Dadman, you got a number? You got an idea?
For how long you been doing it?
Yeah,
Didn't you start in like September, October? Or how long?
maybe.
Or did you well, wait. When did you start? The
I
problem is
don't.
I don't remember.
Was it
Did you
last
start-
year?
Was it? It was in 2023. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it was last year then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
was it right after your birthday, or was it? No, I think you started in the fall.
I think I started it. I don't know.
I
See,
can check in
this
a
is
second.
stuff that I am horrible at. I would look on my phone, but I'm so afraid I'm gonna, like I say, leave the stream.
I'm
But
on your
it
channel.
hasn't been a whoops.
Oh,
What happened?
I don't know. We've taken over the show somehow.
Ooh.
Hi, folks. We got Raymond's channel. All right.
Oh
The
no.
power. This has only happened to me on my channel.
Oh no.
But hey, we'll see what's going on. But thanks everybody for being here at King Dolphin TV tonight. Like I said, come on in, the water's
I don't
fine.
think it's been a year.
I don't think so. I think you did it in the summer or fall.
Hello.
Hey, there you are.
I didn't mean to tick you off. I'm sorry. I'll get my facts better next time. Please don't leave.
No, I think Gumby. Gumby decided to strike again.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So
I think it's been less than a year. It's been
Okay.
less than a year that I've been streaming.
okay.
I'm trying to see real quick. But yeah.
Probably yeah,
Okay.
probably October, August,
That's
October.
the problem is you're doing dailies. There's so many. I'm only 2 months. I'm scrolling backwards. It's like,
Oh, look at my
ooh,
playlist. Look at my playlist
yeah.
and go to the one that says 2023. I mean, go to my look at my playlist and they should I have like all my mornings by month.
You're
So
so organized. Yeah.
so whatever the first 2023 is.
Let's see.
But yeah, I haven't been streaming that long. And for you guys in chat, this is I'm going to tell a funny story because I'm good at doing this. I have been practicing my entire life to be doing the streams like I do because I monologued everything as I was growing up. Even as an adult, I monologued in my head. While I was getting dressed, I would monologue what clothes I'm wearing and act like, even before they had uh, outfits of the day streams, I was doing that, talking, saying, what are we going to wear today? Oh, here, let's look at this, and I'm doing all these monologues. I would be brushing my hair and I would talk about my hairstyle or whatever. I'd be cooking a meal and I would monologue like I was talking to a camera, like Julia Child. So my whole life, I have monologued everything that I have done. So having monologued everything that I have done, doing these shows are not difficult because I'm basically doing monologues and chatting with the chat.
Yes.
Ah,
And so it's so natural for me to do. Like I say, I've been doing this my entire life.
I'm thinking
I've been
7 months, roughly, Mrs. Sorry.
about 7 months. Okay. 7 months is how long I've been streaming.
ah. Hello, hungry for the true Doctor Who.
Hey,
Hello,
hungry.
hungry boy.
I keep texting you. We got to talk, hungry boy. And he's already left. Yes, I'm mobile because my computer just crashed.
Oh
Oh my
no,
goodness.
no.
Thank God I have a King Dolphin TV mobile.
Yes. The joys of technology.
Oh, yes. And unfortunately, well, let's see. Can I get my questions back up? Nope. Unfortunately, the whole computer froze.
Oh goodness.
Okay. So, let's see. Even on here, I'm on the iPad. All right. Let me raise this up. How can everybody hear me?
You sound
You
good to
sound
me,
very
at least.
good.
Okay. All right. Oh boy. Well, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to crash the computer.
Oh, look at Brian. He said oldest on YouTube is 7 months ago. Thank you, Brian. See, I need people that do numbers because I am so bad.
Okay.
I
And
know.
Phantom Outsider.
I had trouble searching all this stuff. I was sitting here pushing buttons and stuff.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Phantom Outsider says November 26,
Thank you.
2023.
Oh, yep.
Okay. So, okay. And hello, John Rendell.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Okay. Now that Gumby has wiped out all my questions, we're gonna just open it up to the chat. Let's see something here. I wonder if I can get some more audio on here. Okay, I can see that. How's that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, all right. So, Snorted Poopa says he met us on Clobby's stream. Yep. And he has been the bear beyond compare here at the pod. All right, so guys, start asking questions. I'm going to show you Mrs. Dadman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me get where I can see.
I'm
Okay.
going to show you a couple of Lego things that are my absolute pride and joy. Let's see. This one here, I know someone from our volunteer group that he was in the Air Force, and he's been on my show before. He makes aircraft, military aircraft out of Legos.
Oh, wow.
He's been doing that while he was in the Air Force, and he's continued it as a business. And he's really gotten some really cool stuff. It's Brick Plania, Plania, and his talent with making, aircraft. And he doesn't. They're not bought. He make the.
Yeah, he designs them the whole thing.
Yes, he designs them the whole thing. And one proof of his talent was, I was curious to see how he could come up. You know about my books, the Dolphin Warbs books. And so I was curious about how he could design and build my hero ship, the Devil Ray. Okay. I sent him some drawings. He had the book cover. The very next day, he came up with this. And I've got to be very careful with his.
Yeah, be very careful. Oh, wow. Very nice.
Wow. Nice.
Very nice.
Almost an exact duplicate of my hero ship.
That is very cool.
Yes.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Yes. Thank you. And like I said, it's my pride and joy. And then I made this out of a kit myself.
Y'all are good. I can't do stuff like that. The missus knows it. I mean,
you don't have patience for it.
And the Death Star Chinchon she just made was something I got, and I mean, she did it. So, but that's all the respect to you guys that put that stuff together.
Yeah, but I was when I saw the Devil Ray, I just said, "Oh my God!" I was speechless.
That is very cool. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
So, so Dadman, your channel is primarily gaming, or do you do other things like watch parties or?
Well, it's funny because I've had so many people talk about watch parties lately, but I've got to master the technology, which I've got to have the missus because she's, but we've been, the last few months have been chaotic because everybody knows we talk about Grandma Man Walking, who's my mother. The surgery kind of went in a weird direction. So it's forced changes, and we're kind of just very little scheduled stuff, more random type things based on time availability, what the mood is. I and even from the start, when I started, it was mostly just Fortnite. Well, actually, it was just talking at first about football. Then we added Fortnite to the PS4. Then I branched out into other things. And so now it's gone into book chats, to movie reviews with the missus and with other people. I have a standard one with friend Daisy Blossom at the end of the month and things like that. So I actually describe it as a cornucopia of streaming choices. You can have a little bit of any and all things. If you like gaming, cool. If you don't, cool. We got some history. We got some of our detours with the Dadmans that we do based on some of our trips. So it's kind of like, you really can't say it's one thing or another. And that's how I would describe our channel. That looks really nice.
Sandra made this.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. We've even taught crafting and quilting and stitching and all that on our channel with our friend Bucky's Crafting. And actually, we may do more of that soon.
Oh, very nice.
So, yes.
Very nice.
This is an Afghan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you what, and you know what? One of our better streams in the last few months was that night Mrs. and I had Bucky on talking crafting and quilting, or I know I may not use the right words at times, but I think Bucky told me to use the word crafting to cover it all because people have different interests out there. That's why I try to go in sports. I try to tell people we can be geeky and nerdy in sports too, between our statistics and all kinds of other stuff. Just give it a chance and see what flies. And kind of that's my thing. I like also learning from people. I like learning new things, whether it's crafting or art or writing. That's kind of what drives my content too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a search for more knowledge, and I find it entertaining. So
Yes,
Bucky
Bucky, I agree. A nice looking Afghan.
and good looking doily, yes. Okay, and of course, Snort says Afghan doesn't look a thing like a dog.
I got to say that one thing with that is, one of the biggest moments in the short streaming career was the moment that Snortapupa's Cubert came over and became a subscriber and started hanging out in the channel. That's because I'd already been on Fortnite streams before that and saw him out in chats. But the day he came over and joined our audience and stuff like that, that's when I knew. To me, I hit the big time. I don't need 100,000. I mean, I got the bear himself there.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's when you have the bear. You can't.
You have made it there.
You have
Sorry.
made it there. Yes. Yep.
Sorry.
Of course, and of course with the bear, I've got bears and hedgehogs and
yes. We got dragons in our channel too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got all of it.
They're a little naughty, but that's okay.
Nice dragons, dogs,
okay.
Bears.
Let's to the next question. What are taboo subjects?
For me?
Yeah, what are no-nos to talk about?
Politics and pop culture. The negative pop culture.
Okay.
Because they tend to spiral out of control.
Agreed.
And they get negative very, very quickly.
Agreed.
So those are really the two. And it was so funny. It was someone's birthday recently, and I shared it on my morning show because they're pretty well known. They're kind of part of the Star Wars thing. And before I showed the name, I said, "Everybody, you're going to know who this is. I know you don't like them, but please keep your negative comments to a minimum.
Yep.
And let's just acknowledge the birthday and some of the stuff that they've done in the past that wasn't bad, and move on." Because and they were very, very respectful of that. I don't mind. I said, you can say your negative comment, but just keep it under control.
Yep.
And it was done, and it actually was quite funny. But yes, we did get to at least acknowledge that birthday without much
without
problem.
Without
yes.
much
Yes.
Yeah. Well, see, I look at it as politics and religion, because those are the two ones.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I agree with you on that. I didn't. Yeah. That's just we just don't even get into it. So
now,
I don't even think
I
of that.
I do
one.
have to caveat slightly though, because if we get in somehow, if a topic does touch on a truly serious theological thing, I reserve the right to make an explanation or something to clarify things. Same thing like on politics, because if you cover modern sports, whether it's college or pro, there is a general world of politics between certain types of protest or certain types of groups out there. There are times that theoretically it can come in, and it can't be ignored. The politics I'm talking about are the partisan party politics. Like when we get to specific parties and specific people, that's the type of stuff that's a no-no. One, because there are personal reasons why we don't get into it. Two, it's easy to like a joke when we're making fun of the other guy, but what happens when they make fun of our guy? And I don't want that, because really I want my channel to be a place of peace for everybody to come on, whether you're, and I hate using terms left and right, but I mean, no matter what your background is with things, I'd like everybody to come together and just have fun. Like Mrs. said, put away the stress, put away your problems, we can't do that if that stuff bleeds in, or well, this is a joke I like, I'm going to let it go. No, none of it. Just keep it all out. Let's talk about the silly stuff. And like Mrs. said, the pop culture just gets so negative too. How many more times can we talk about KK being fired, or different things and stuff like that? Everybody know. I will do a few more rampages about Darth Maul dying, and should have never come back. But it's kind of one that's it's become a fun, silly thing to do with that, and that's really, I think those are really between the two of us are things that we would consider taboo. Pop culture does come in a little on my channel at times. Only depends on the circumstance, because I am so open topic, especially like our squirrel streams, the late night with Dadman or friends, where we say we go topic, tree to tree. We can cover Hungry Boy and I covered like 35 topics in 3 hours one night. And we'll take a right turn in the middle of a sentence. We go on another thing. The chat kind of drives that. But that one, though, because I don't like, so I try to watch how far we go. I don't like the terms like woke and stuff in there, because, certain terms get inflammatory. And actually, I think sometimes they lose their meaning when we use them too much or just throw them out there like that. So that's kind of, to me, what I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm back. My computer is
Yay.
back up.
Yay.
Take care, Comic Relief Crusader.
Yes.
Reach out to me if you need to talk, guy.
Yeah. I need to step away a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. So now we're going to open it up to the chat. Let's see. I'm going to go kind of backwards since.
Okay. It's easier, isn't it?
Yeah. Max Redstone says, I remember the Squirrel Andrew Dice Clay stream. Epic. All right. Let's see.
If you guys have never gone to one of his squirrel streams, he does them. He usually does them on Wednesday and Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time. They're just so much fun. If you're ever up and want something that is just chill, really, those are the streams to go to. I'd recommend you trying them.
Okay, great. Snortapoopus, he says, I had to visit your channel. I knew there was food to be had.
Exactly. we lay out the food everywhere.
Yeah. Pudgy, I think you got a question, don't you? Ask the question. Let's see. I'm going to go back.
I love Pudgy, by the way.
Pudgy,
oh my gosh!
Awesome. Yeah, Pudgy kept his company. Yeah, go ahead, Mrs.
Oh, go ahead. You
I was
started
going to say
it.
that night going in had to visit our oldest kid. It was dark in Georgia roads, and Pudgy's playing Dead by Daylight. Oh my gosh!
I never laughed so friggin' hard. I laughed so hard.
Pudgy is an amazing hedgehog.
Oh yes.
Let's see. Legatus Legion I asks, how often do you two play head-to-head games? Who has the edge in win-loss? What is your favorite head-to-head video game?
Okay, the last time we played a head-to-head video game was years and years and years ago. Was probably Mario Kart or something along those lines. And he always wins because I suck at those games. I stink at them. I'm horrible at them. I don't do well. And he lets me think I'm going to win, or I'm like in second place, and then he throws a green turtle shell at me and wins. So, so I don't play head-to-head video games with him. Now we do card games and things like that. We've got lots of different kinds of games that we play that are not.
Don't forget the video backgammon too.
We play video backgammon, and I beat him pretty good on video backgammon. But video games like Mario Kart, things like that, I stink at. I'm horrible.
Yeah,
and on Fortnite we play together.
She finds the most dramatic ways to lose.
Yeah.
Oh gosh!
But not always, Mrs. There is something in Fortnite that we called our marriage counseling.
Oh yes, but that's not really fighting
Well,
head
it's
to
kind
head.
of. You sure?
Yeah.
I,
It's you basically jump into this pit with guns, and we do it as a private game. So it's just us two, and we just shoot each other in the head to get XP, so that we can get ahead.
and I'm like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Boom.
And I shoot him in the head.
Ah, let's see.
Everybody, overlords, as Dadman would say, we are talking about a video game. A video game. Pretend,
Yes.
Yes,
please.
yes, you too. Let's see. Comic Relief, who just left, asks, question for the Dan Man and Misses. How do you two like doing YouTube so far?
I love it. I love it. It's fun. Um, I'm retired. I homeschooled both of my kids through high school, um, and so they graduated about 3 years ago. And so I was doing stuff, but this kind of it's like a second thing for me, and I've had a blast. I really really enjoy it. I mean, my goodness, who else has the honor of saying they've been doxxed within the first month of streaming?
Oh yeah.
I feel honored that somebody finds it worthy that to do
Yeah.
that. So I just look at it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, and I just have fun, and I love it, and I hope to continue to do this for a long time.
Well, you know what? Not just you getting that thing. I got the clown copycat out there to take this
Oh,
avatar and almost the same exact name. So we have a saying: if it ain't got a G, it ain't me. Because there's a Dadman walking 55 with no G, with the same avatar. So and I've got like two fake people out there. It's like wow, gee,
it's an
thanks.
honor that you're like, thanks.
Only
They
like
say
600 subs. Like, well, you coming? It's like, mm.
Okay. Well, glad that you guys like it.
yes,
I
really
love
do.
Well,
love
see, I
doing
like
it.
the variety. I tell you what, I've had times like right now, I'm going through a rut where I'm not streaming as much as I was. People are like, are you streaming too much and things like that? And I like it. But what's happened is, life has gotten, like I said, with my mom and other things, life kind of dictates the pace and how much we do.
Exactly.
And I like it. I enjoy it. It does us a lot of stress relief. The missus told me to get a hobby years ago. That was another thing, was get a hobby. Well, I got this, and now she's like, "You're
Mhm.
streaming again?" Sometimes it's like, "Yeah," but it can be
No, the
nice.
reason wasn't that you were streaming again. It
Right.
was that you were saying, "Come on the stream," and you wanted me to stream with you, and I'm like, "I don't want to. I did it yesterday," and I'm like, "Stream by yourself."
But they like you better.
And that's what he would say. But they like you. You need to come on, and I'm like,
that's
ah.
that's what happens. That's what happens. I get on, we start going, and every time someone says, "Bring Sandra on, bring Sandra on," and she says, "No,
No.
no, it's his insanity, not mine."
Hmm.
Yep.
So, yeah. Let's see. Going up and seeing if there's any other questions.
I did see one that, and I don't remember who asked it about how many Lego sets I have.
Okay, that's probably. Let's see.
I saw it early on in the show.
Yeah.
But if you
Uh,
wanted me to answer that while you're looking for others, I'll be more than happy to do that.
let's see. I'm. Let's see. I'm almost.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost in it.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. I am. Oh, I hate when Streamyard stops. Go ahead, ask it. Go ahead, answer it.
Well, I don't necessarily call my stream Lego builds because I do a lot of just brick builds that are non Lego brands. And when we were doing our 16-day tour up to Yellowstone and back, we bought a lot of these mini building brick sets, which the bricks Where a Lego brick is 10 millimeters high, these bricks were 4 millimeters high. So they're very small to do. But I bought like, I don't know, 30 of them. So I've done a lot of them. My Lego sets that I've done are the TARDIS, Wally. Both of them are retired sets. Those were big, the two big sets I did. I did a lot of small ones. I also have, that I haven't built yet, the Pixar Up House, which is a Lego, and I have the BTS, the K-pop group's Dynamite set. Those two I haven't built yet. But I've done a lot of non-Lego builds. The avatar that I have is one that I built. I call it Sakura House. It's got cherry blossoms on it. It was the bane of my existence
Yeah.
because the waterfalls kept breaking, but I've got it, so I don't move it at all now. It stays exactly where it's at. But I've done a lot of them. I've done bison. I've a lot of like animal ones, bison, bald eagle, bears, just a ton of different animals. So I couldn't tell you how many sets I've got done. Our infamous bears peeing in a urinal set, which took off.
I think
Which
she sort of poopus for one of those bears too, by the way.
yes, and they all have names. They're Wizzy, Sprinkles, and Oopsie.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually, it actually is a bear peeing in a urinal. It's cute. It's just a stupid, cute little build. And we got to having, in one of my streams, this is sometimes how diverse my streams can be, a huge discussion on men in bathrooms etiquette. What they do and don't do. And the picture of of the bear was not doing proper etiquette because it was looking around while it was doing its business. So I said I need 3 of these so I can have that center urinal that no bear, you always have that one space between you while you're using the restroom. I've been told I don't use men's restrooms, so I couldn't tell you. But so I've got it all set up, and I've got all 3 of them, and I've got one bear doing his business, looking straight ahead. The other bear with a urinal in between, looking straight ahead, and the other bear has got his back to them. And if I had enough pieces, I would build a sink so he could be washing his hands. So yes, that is the infamous bears using the urinal build, which is what is actually one of my favorite and was so much fun to do because the chat was so invested in these bears. And I loved it. Like I say, they have names: Wizzy, Oopsie, and Sprinkles.
Yeah. Unlike that thing that's your avatar, that Bane is an understatement for that thing. That took like 6 streams and like 4-hour streams. That you probably almost 30 hours in that thing.
I had a lot invested in this build, but it's beautiful.
And what's harder is when she has to. What's really harder, even just listening, is when she has to deconstruct it because if there's an error somewhere. Then you have to take it down to figure out where the problem was, then to start rebuilding again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I've got Stonehenge, and also Elizabeth Tower too. That were really fun to build.
Oh, nice. I'll have to check those out. Nora Poopits asks Dadman, how many gas stations are you responsible for destroying? And Bucky says he pleads the 5th. What is the story on that?
Bucky is my lawyer when I want her to be. That's a good answer. So my Fortnite bestie, I call her out there. She's got my back on that. But no gas stations in real life, but it to be determined in the new Fortnite. Actually, I loved just blowing them up for a long time, but then they had a season where they took the gas stations away, and I got out of the habit of it. So forget about it. But I tell you what was one of my favorite streams with the missus was we were playing Fortnite, and we had Culture Casino and Lorena Creole on that night. And it was so funny that cultures like I hate this game. I stink at it and all. Lorena had toyed with it a little bit, and you got him taking my job, which was taking out the semi right to the gas stations, blowing the gas stations up. She's running around behind saying, "I need a ride," and we won like 3 or 4 matches that
Yeah, we
night.
did. It was
like-
really fun.
Like a great thing. But talking about gas station explosions, I managed to blow a gas station up and ended up parking the semi on the second floor of the gas station in the second floor. So,
Okay. Let's see. Max Redstone. No. Hello, Max Redstone.
Hey, Max.
Good to see you. There was a squirrel stream at this one time. He kept messing up the Where in the World game. Dadman used swear words even I didn't know of. Oh.
I try not to, but dadgummit,
Yeah.
Yes.
Mrs., we've seen Thanks, Snort. Mrs., we've seen Sandra throw pillows at the dolphin to keep him in line. What do you throw at Dadman?
I give him, what do I throw? I really don't throw anything, but I do throw him dirty looks. You know that look, if anyone's a parent or has ever been a kid, if you've had a mom, you know that look.
Yeah.
That they give across the room, like, yeah, when I get you alone, you're in big trouble. That's the look. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Bucky's Crafting says she whips him. Or
Yeah, I do that on Fortnite. There's a emote that is it's a whip, like Indiana Jones. And yeah, I use that in Fortnite if he's naughty or not listening to me.
She goes, okay.
That's our late night Fortnite streams.
Question for the guests: paper or plastic bags?
I bring my own.
So do we. Okay, Max Redstone. Okay, the questions get a little. Tito Jackson.
Sorry.
Okay. Or
Sorry,
Jermaine
Ray.
Jackson. All right.
I couldn't resist that one because Tito, it's always Tito. Jermaine doesn't sound like as good as Tito.
Okay, true.
Which do you think, Mrs.?
I'll go with Jermaine just to be annoying.
Okay. Oh boy. Good day, Bruce. Says Dadman, how do you feel about the dragon in your chat you mentioned?
Well, I know it's a question to me, Mrs. What do you think?
I love the dragon in our chat. I think she's amazing.
I know.
I miss her. I truly do miss her when she is not there.
I agree. I agree because I tell you, it's our dragon loves us too. Always tweeting out the streams and stuff all the time for us. And it's not the same when our dragon's not there. The great dragon of the north. No, absolutely. But she's got a great sense of humor. She knows how to bug our buddy Hungry Boy quite a bit. So that's good.
I was happy Raymond's midlife crisis was a YouTube channel, not a sports car. Now, he got something for my birthday. Hey,
but isn't it the way it's supposed to be? No.
Okay, I'm going to tell the story here. Let's see. Well, let's keep going here. And then I'll tell the story. Legata says, does Mrs. have a sign? If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy.
I do not. I do not. All I ask is that if you sprinkle when you tinkle, to clean it up.
Yeah.
But I don't have a sign. I don't have a sign. No. Dadman's the only one that would really have that problem. So.
Snort says, I think the only set that Mrs. gave up on was the motorcycle.
Yes, there was this one motorcycle. And the ones to let the chat know that they don't know, when I do builds, I kind of review them as I'm doing them because a lot of them are not Lego brands. I even review the Lego ones, but like if they're really age appropriate, what they say, do they work? How's the engineering of the build itself? And usually I can get the build complete and displayed. This motorcycle was not having it. I would get part of it put together, and it was so poorly designed that when I did the next step, a next step, the whole thing would literally fall apart in my hands. And I spent, I don't know how many on air hours trying to get it done and how many off air hours. I probably spent at least 10 hours off air trying to get it fixed and trying to work it in a way that it would work. And I couldn't. And I finally got it done, was literally moving it to put it on the shelf. And as I set it on the shelf, it fell apart. And I said, "You are scrap." And I put it all in a bucket and I took it all apart eventually. And it all went into my storage bins, my miscellaneous pieces. And that was the only build that I have admitted defeat on. It was awful. I literally was almost in tears on stream. I was so frustrated. But yep, thanks, Snorter Poopers, for bringing up that horrible memory.
Yeah, that was the worst one. I think the problem was because it was so close. I think it was so close. That was so frustrating. The one you got right there was not even close in a million. It took forever. It was just a nightmare to do.
Well, the one that you see the picture of, it's actually the waterfalls on either side, and there's a 2x2 that is brick in the center that is holding it all, the second layer up. That's it.
Wow.
So,
wow. Sandra says, or pilots with short pitot tubes, please taxi closer. Let's see. The dragon calls me Pooh Bear. Normally I would consider it insulting, but I take it from her.
I do. I tell you what, there's some people that call me same things and they're kidding. I don't mind. I mean, I know Snorter Poopus probably enjoys being called Pooh Bear by a big, tall dragon of the north. I mean, people call me different other things. As long as it's not personally insulting, I'm good with about anything. So
yeah,
you can call me George if you want to. It's all good.
Okay. Okay. Sandra's going to pick on me until I tell the story and put it out there. And put it out there on YouTube world where all may hear it and tease me about it. So Monday was her birthday, and we spent time together. So I had to take my car in to get oil changed, so we took it into the dealer, and we headed out. Then we get a call from the dealer saying, "Oh, come and get a an appraisal." No, come and get an appraisal for your car. And Mrs. Sandra over there says, "Oh, go ahead for S and giggles. Go ahead, get a appraisal." So we eat at Denny's, and I had a big day planned. I was gonna take her to Denny's, and then later in that evening we go to a Japanese steakhouse.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, we did it at the same time.
Huh?
Mrs. and I did at the same time.
Yeah. So that was the plan. So we go and pick up the vehicle, and they say, "Oh yeah, you can get such and such amount." I said, "This is a good price." Well, let me take a look. I started looking at vehicles, and I started taking vehicles. And I said, okay, what do you got? My dream car is a Camaro. The last
Mm-hmm.
time I looked at
Wow.
Camaros, I got Gibbs slacked by the missus. And when my previous car blew up, overheated and blew up, the missus, when I said a Camaro, she slapped me, and so I didn't. I set up for a Malibu. So so I thought about that, and they said nope, no more. You can get one. You can get one. Two, 2000, 2001, and you could you can get 2001, and I'm saying no, that's too old for me. Um, that would mean a lot of work, and then so I started looking at some newer stuff like and like more reasonable cars, like a track or something like that. What you could put stuff in. I mentioned a truck, and she said you can't drive a truck. I said okay. So the the dealer says, "Well, we have a charger," and I say, "Oh." He says, "Yeah, let me bring it over." I said, "Okay." And so he brought it up, and the drool muscles already started. I
Mm.
Eyes were bulging, uh, drool was coming out of my mouth. My dog Trike was staring at me as if to say, what are you trying to do? But he was getting all sorts of attention from all the dealer people. They said, "Doggy, let's pet him." So he wasn't any help. So I saw it. It was black, and it looked good. And I'm a GM person, so it's very rare that I go outside of GM.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got in it. I said, "Oh, we got to make this work. We've got to make this work." So we made it work, and I went home with a 2003 barely owned Dodge Charger. Barely owned. It
Oh
only had
man,
Oh,
that's
we
gonna be a
drove
fun
a
car.
Charger.
Yeah,
Oh, we loved it.
yeah.
That was
It
a
was,
3-body trunk car. Awesome.
yeah.
it was a lot of fun driving, handling
Yeah.
that sucker. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good.
It was a 2023. I mean, barely owned. It had 3,000 miles on it.
Mm.
They bought it
Oh.
in September, and I don't know what possessed them to turn it in or to trade it in. But I actually talked to the owner and asked him that, and he walked away from me. So,
Mm.
so yeah, and then, and of course, this was her birthday. Now, to be honest, I got her a nice present. Um, I I got her a nice present. It was a shirt that fit her personality. Um, it is a it was a t-shirt that has Bigfoot on it, lumping through the forest with a "I hate people." And I
Yep.
said, "Oh, that's Sandra. That's Sandra." So yes, she gets, and now she's
She goes, "Well,
taken
you get this fancy car, and all I get is this crappy T-shirt."
a lousy t-shirt. Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of crap over it, but that's okay.
Hmm.
I've got a nice car, and she says she likes it too. So she doesn't have a whole heck of a lot to say. She's
But
already she's already talking about burning it, uh, peeling out on a deserted road.
oh yeah. Well, we found. Can you guys still? Yeah, we found. Dadman's birthday was June 8th,
Uh-huh.
and
Hmm.
I wasn't going to be in town. I had to be up here,
Uh-huh.
and so the a weekend before I left, we went down to Orlando.
Uh-huh.
So for Dadman's birthday celebration, I got me 6 pairs of Vans slip-on shoes and a bunch of Lego stuff.
Hmm. But I will say, it sounds horrific. 6 pair of shoes, but they average less under $35 a pair because this time it was buy one get one 70% off, and they
Yeah.
were $40 shoes. So I will concede to her on that because in 28 years of marriage, there's only been one piece of jewelry she's wanted. So I consider shoes pretty cool. And you know what she also likes? Power tools.
I love power tools.
You like power
Oh,
tools?
I love
Yeah.
power tools.
Yeah,
I
one
asked
year
him
for Christmas, I bought her a deep fryer because I wanted fried chicken at home. Oh boy, the look I got with that! But then one year she wanted the power tools.
There's more to that story.
No, it's not. You just don't
No,
want to cook at
I
home with the fried chicken.
Now, let's not
said
have any marital disputes.
I specifically told him I do not want you to buy me a deep fryer for Christmas. Do not buy it. And that's what he bought me because that was his Christmas. He should have put his name on the present. But yeah.
But I didn't want to do the cooking.
He did that one year when I did ask for a whole set of Ryobi power tools. He bought them for me and he put them over at his mom's house. And his mom is like, "Are you sure about this?"
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. She was like, "Oh,
Mrs. must have loved Home Improvement."
I did watch that show. I did like it. I love doing stuff like that. I have built stuff. I built the shelves that have our my DVDs on it. I have, if I can build something, I just love doing it. It's fun. I'm not great. They're not beautiful. I am not a woodworker by any means, but I can, attach two boards together and make a shelf or make bed frames or anything like, things like that, benches. But yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Oh, let's see.
I love Snort Poop's comment about mom and dad are fighting again because that reminds me of last year. One of the things that we did was the detours. The Dadmans are one of the shows that we really do a lot when we go on the road, even to like Georgia or whatever. We it started before that, like some spots around Florida, but we did that all around the country. We had some 12, 13-hour drives, and we just stream and we told them to get your snacks, sit in the back seat of the car, and that just reminded me of that whole thing. We got the videos.
Yeah, we point the camera out the front so you could see where we're going, and we would just drive and chill and talk and
we'd have to tell people in the back seat to calm down.
It was like everybody took the trip with us. It was really, really fun.
We do that with Carla Burton. She'll do driving videos with us, and which is really cool because she's in New Zealand.
Oh wow,
ooh, cool.
Yeah, so we get to see left hand driving.
Mm-hmm. Well, the steering wheel's on the other side, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
I don't think I would get confused as much if the steering wheel was on the correct side of the vehicle, because if you think about how you turn and stuff, it makes sense. But sorry.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Hello, Jacqueline.
Well, speaking of drive streams, I probably will be doing a drive stream on Saturday.
Okay.
On the way home, I'll be coming home on Saturday. So at some point during the day, there will be, I'm sure, a Mrs. Drive stream in the works. I'll have to figure out how to do my.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things is figuring out where your receptions area are. Especially Georgia can be tricky in the backwoods and stuff like that.
And I don't have the correct thing to put the stream. So.
Okay. Carla drives upside down in the wrong lane. Please put your links to your streams out there, and we'll put those out there so that.
Dadman, you'll have to do that for me because I can't.
Yeah, just put it into the private chat.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll put the missus first.
All right, and when we do that, So how? Okay, Mrs. You do it seven, 7 days a week. Are they
Yes.
all at the same time? You don't have.
Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. and Sunday, sorry, at 1 p.m.
Okay. All right.
So yeah.
So
And
okay.
barring times like, driving or family emergencies, but yes, I strive to do it every day.
Okay. And Dan, man, you.
Like I said earlier, everything right now is random. I mean, mostly that because life, tired work, having to help get across town a lot to help with my mom at times and take care of her house where I'm staying at most of the time now. I've actually got uh, what I call it my remote base.
It's your bachelor pad.
It's a bachelor pad, but it's also I can do some streaming there, but it's a really old computer that's not very powerful, and I can't do any other side stuff. I got to be careful how I use it because one night I'm told that I apparently the button did not keep the mute on long enough, and I was having to change laundry, and uh, I was told that apparently the I got in a fight with the laundry, the dryer. The dryer and I were fighting.
Oh.
So, and I'm like, I denied it but they said the mute button wasn't hit. So it presents a little few challenges, but I mean, they're more chill streams, maybe some talk streams where like the squirrel streams I can do remotely like that. But really, Wednesday night, like tonight, is normally a night that I would schedule at 10 o'clock, and Friday night, 10 o'clock Eastern for late night with Dadman and Friends, which is a squirrel stream. We'd say jump tree to tree, nut to nut. We cover all these different topics. A lot of times the chat dictates the way we go. If they throw out a good idea, I'll take it. I'll go with it. We'll go that way. We may pull those out on other nights. The only other stream that we've been doing is a sports stream on Tuesday nights, but I'm looking at changing that up a little bit. So really, there's only two main streams that I do on my channel now that are regular. The rest, because of life and other things, it's just been kind of depending on mood, availability, time, and being in different places. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, I used to do a lot of Fortnite and some gamings, but I'm spending at least half my time at my mom's house to keep it up and make it, what you always do. And I can't stream gaming over there, so a lot of things have contributed to factor to the amount of streaming we've done lately.
Yeah.
When he does streams, he's got some really kind of neat Fortnite streams out there. We have our date night Fortnite when it's
Mm-hmm.
just me and him streaming Fortnite and just talking and whatever.
Yeah.
And he also has a new one he brought out recently, which is Fortnite with Dadman and the Divas, which are me and two other lovely ladies playing Fortnite with Dadman, and it is a blast. And I'm hoping that becomes, it will, when I get home, it'll be so much easier.
You don't want to embarrass them, do you? We got one of them
Uh,
here tonight. You might as well say it.
the two other divas that are with us are Lady V and Bucky's Crafting.
Okay.
And we have a blast. It is
Mm-hmm.
so much fun. You want to see you want to see people ignoring Dad Man and just have we don't ignore him too bad, but just a little bit. We just have a good time, and it's fun, and that's a new kind of themed Fortnite that hopefully will be once I get home more on a regular basis. But yeah, he has some fun, themed Fortnite streams, gaming streams that he does that are really really neat, and so I'm sure there'll be some of them weekly, at
Yeah.
least one Fortnite stream weekly. But yeah,
Yeah. I guess Bucky's got the video. Says there's video evidence of the attack of the dryer. It was awful. No, I did
yes.
not cuss at the dryer either, snort poopus. So
All right.
that's the thing with live programming like that. It's just when silly random stuff happens, and that's what I think is a hallmark. I like having my channel. Something like that just happened. I mean, I got back, Bucky and Hungry Boy were just laughing their heads off, and I'm like, "What are y'all doing?" But like we heard you the whole time. I'm like, "What?" It's like, no, it's like, oh, great, good thing I was on Good Manners that time, and it was just a dryer, and it was hilarious.
If you want to watch Dadman get harassed and enjoy it, that's the place to go. Okay, Bucky's.
Yes.
Okay. I don't game. I really don't game. I just never had the time or desire. So I don't. So.
And that's understandable. That's why sometimes I've not done as many streams. Like last season on Fortnite, I didn't even complete the 200 levels of the battle pass. I mean, life happens sometimes, and that's kind of like go back to what I said about the content of the channel. It kind of depends on lifetime and what's going on
and other people's lives.
Yeah,
because you do a lot of interview or panel shows, and people's lives can take a they can get real busy real fast, and it's life happens, and
oh yeah,
we've got to roll with it.
Yep. So okay. All right. No art.
Oh, what did he put? I can't see it.
I was almost run over in a laundromat, and I wasn't even doing laundry.
I don't even want to know, Snort. Don't even want to know.
Bucky's Crafting says, I find it really fun as a social game. I'm not a gamer, but it's a real fun and easy way to hang out with friends. Okay. Okay.
It's because I think with Fortnite, you can hang out with somebody, but you're also doing something. Because, I mean, sometimes it's nice just to sit and chat, but I've got to be doing something. So when I can, we can do that. We can play, and we can, be silly and talk, and still, I hate to say feel like you're accomplishing something, but kind of, at least you're getting levels, or you're, getting points or whatever. You feel like, I hate to say you're wasting your time talking with someone, but you feel like you're maximizing your use of your time.
Okay. All right. All right. I've had a great time. I hope you two have.
Oh yeah, I have.
Oh, this has been a blast.
Yes, and
there is one story. There is one thing I think that did not get asked that might be worth it, Raymond, if you don't mind.
Sure, please.
It is the name Dadman Walking 55.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Yes, please.
Where did Mrs. Dadman Walking 55 come from?
Well, that one's kind of, once you explain yours, this is probably an easy.
Yeah, but I think Mrs. got a little more behind why she ended up doing it. So plus also I'm going to show a little bit what our avatars used to be. Because
can you show when I talk about my name?
I can show yours and mine.
Yeah, share my avatar too, because our youngest drew my avatar too, but I don't have access to it on my phone.
Well, let me.
You do your story first.
You know what? I can't show yours. I don't think he would have to do it.
Well, actually,
no, you change your avatar on your thing.
Yeah, hold on a second.
But do yours first. Do your story first.
Okay. Well, what happened was, originally when I was in chats and just sitting around, I was, I was Dadman Walking 55, but I was Homer Simpson with a pink donut. And then I was sitting in Lorena Creel's chat, and we, actually, I got to go back to the name itself started when the kid got me into Fortnite. Okay. And I'm like, well, just call me dead man walking, the old phrase, that's what people still call me, dead man. They think that it's dead man, not dad man. Well, I was like, just make up a name. And the kid comes in. I'm like, that's not dead man walking. Why do you do that? The kid's like, I just couldn't do that to you, Dad. So I made you Dad Man Walking. Like, okay. 55 is just a number. It was a throwaway. They don't any connection. So what happened, getting YouTube chats, stuff like that with Homer Simpson and Pink Donut. And then, do you remember the 1970s trilogy of terror movie, ABC
Yeah.
TV? This was Avatar, and I'll keep it up just for a second. So here, this is what I was for the longest time.
Right, I remember seeing that.
Well, what happened was Lorena Creole on one stream was talking about this movie and the Zuni fetish doll, and I'm like, it triggered my memory. I'm like, I had memories. I remember seeing this. I was 5 years old when it was in. Somehow I got that image it was in my head for years, causing nightmares. So I'm like, and I finally tracked it down, and it was like, the bane of my existence came around. And our friend R.M. Briggs was in a chat on Battlestar Galactica once and saw me come through making a question and stopped the whole thing to talk about it, pointed it out. And Martin D with a C's there to say, hey, that's Trilogy of Terror. So that's where we went. And then finally, Mrs. kind of talked. When I started my channel, I kept it for a bit, but then Mrs. like, no, probably you ought to get your own thing. So that's when the kid made this for me, which is this as an avatar, and actually made another one here, like with this one on there in this standpoint. So, and of course, so that's how the name Dadman Walking came 55 came to be, and the different things of, and then see the missus actually plays with it. When we saw Alien, she gave me this one. So, but that's how the name came. And then so when we were Mrs. I had changed, and then I think it was before Mrs. really had started streaming or wanted to stream.
I took this name because before Dadman was streaming, we were in a lot of chats together, and we would flirt with each other. There's just no other way to say it. We would flirt with each other. Well, I wanted everybody to know that we were married. We were together. I just wasn't arbitrarily flirting with some guy, and he wasn't just arbitrarily flirting with some gal, which is not a bad thing, but it was my husband and I wanted people to know. So that's basically why I did the Mrs. Dadman Walking 55. I wish I got a shorter name because I have to have his is so easy. Everything, his Twitter, his whatever is Dadman Walking 55. Everything is the same. It's easy. I have to have everything I have has a different address. Because some take punctuation, some don't, some do numbers, some don't do numbers, some do this. And it's like, it's too long if I type my whole name, so I have to do it shorter. So all my stuff has different names, but it is what it is. But I went with that so that people would know that we were married. And Dadman, can you show him my first avatar that I used?
Yes, because remember, I was the Tiki doll at the time.
He was the Zuni. He was the Zuni doll, and so I made mine Mrs. Dadman Walking.
I remember this one too.
Yes, which I think is more terrifying than his Zuni doll. Yeah. But then I asked my youngest to make an avatar for me, and this is what they did. That is my main avatar that I do for my morning show, and then I asked them to do a minifigure Lego for me for that. And if you saw the whole thing, it is a minifigure of my avatar, which is really, really cool. So those are kind of how those came to be. Like I say, our youngest made those for us. Very gifted artist, I think, but I'm a little partial. So that's kind of how we got our names and our avatars.
Great. Okay. Well,
you can put change to yourself because that just is creepy. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
There's always a story out there for almost anything we do, and that's because this drive streams just happen on the spur of the moment type thing. And hey.
Yeah. And you'll never see the very first drive stream we did. You will never ever see it.
Aww.
Never. No, because I was the passenger. I had a little bit of passenger rage in a parking lot with somebody. And those that were there had the privilege of seeing it, and
We saw your hands.
they saw yeah. So yep, it will
I
not be
forgot about that one.
ever ever made public.
Was it the middle finger salute?
No, it's
I
actually
was
open hands. Like what you doing?
it was, but it was a lot of language,
In
a lot of
a Bucky's parking lot, though.
yes. It was so it
Well,
was not.
well,
It
what the
was
guy did though was I'm sitting there waiting to pull into an empty space. He comes around the left of me and just pulls right in front of me, and takes the spot away. Like cuts off from beyond the left, and it's like.
and I was really angry, and I forgot we were on stream, and it was not appropriate the words I spoke. So so I so that will always forever be a
hidden in the vault of Dadman.
yes, it'll be one of those if somebody ever gets it, it'll be blackmail video.
Well, it's like it's like that one drive stream we did, Bama Hinge. You remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. There is the stone. Alabama has its own stone hinge. Well, it's fiberglass hinge, I guess, but
it's a partial replica of Stonehenge, and it's really really cool. But at the end, there was our first really walking live stream that we were doing, and it was really cool. And at the very end, it's very very bright, and I'm trying to find how to turn it off, and I end up flipping the camera where you see my face, which was like in this very weird kind of, when you're like thinking and trying to figure out something, and you put your mouth funny, and you're like, what's going on? And but yeah, everybody got to see my face, and it was like, oh crap, but. So if you saw it, there's multiple live streams where I showed my face and Dadman's face, and but we edited them out before we posted them. But it's just funny. If you keep our drive streams, you'll never know what you'll see.
Oh yeah,
never. So, but they're quite fun.
Well, the one time the one thing we missed is we weren't streaming live when the Amish buggies were flying down the road.
Oh my gosh!
One thing that we missed that was like, I mean, they were really flying great. They were going up at least 40 miles an hour. They were flying.
Yeah, they were fast.
Yeah,
very very interesting.
All right, cool. Let's see. Good Day Bruce is saying, show the picture of the toothbrushes.
I don't have... Yeah, go ahead, Mrs.
We don't. I think I only showed them live.
Yeah, I went back and showed them again live this time.
Yeah,
we had a picture of it, but it's probably better for another time at a little later hour. But basically, my grandmother, my mom's mom, had two anatomically correct toothbrushes, like one's green,
his and her toothbrushes.
His and her toothbrushes, and quite detailed. It was like, but if you knew my grandmother, yeah, she had a spicy sense of humor.
Okay. Now the famous question: what are your favorite cookies?
Yes. Oh.
Hey, didn't you just have a poll on that, Mrs.? Was that
What's
today?
Your favorite filling in your cookies?
Oh, okay. Filling in the cookie. Okay.
But
I marked down yes, Mrs.
Today is actually National Peanut Butter Cookie Day. Yes.
Yeah, that's another thing you do with your shows is, a lot of celebrations and birthdays and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How about you, Dadman?
It really goes with the mood. I like it.
No.
I don't like the crispy cookies. I like them kind of where they
No, you know what your favorite is. Don't even.
No, I know, but sometimes peanut butter cookies can be addictive if they're softer and you can bend them. Peanut butter.
No, that's not it.
I know. Generally, would be an oatmeal raisin cookie.
Okay.
I was to be serious about it. I like a crispy chocolate chip cookie the best, and they have to have lots of chocolate chips in them.
All right. Okay. Right, and chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got the the mystery of the cookie question done. Let's see. All right. So this was great. I enjoyed it totally.
Oh, this was so fun.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think as well. I think it was a good distraction for. I know me tonight. So
Yeah.
hopefully for
John
all y'all.
Rendell, as a segue,
Mhm.
are there eclairs or other pastries involved in your streams?
Yes, at times. Coming back from Georgia on that one drive stream, misses, we bought the donuts at that house. You remember?
Yes, yes.
And if you could stop by that house on the way
I
south,
do not know. I do not know if I'm going to be going by it, but if I do go by it, I will stop and get donuts.
yes, they don't. They're not just. They're not just all standard donuts. They're like very fancified and kind of really, really good. A lot of bad stuff in it for them.
Mhm.
Also, one of my I did one video. I don't do a lot of videos. I just it's just something I don't like editing and all that. I'm more of a live streamer.
Yeah, me too.
But basically, we had famous for the unicorn ice cream, but we also had also had unicorn waffles. So I made unicorn waffles ice cream sandwiches, which was very really good. So any food can get on the channel, and pastries and desserts are definitely some of our favorite things. I actually have mastered the unicorn ice cream. Yeah, I've actually managed to corrupt Bucky's Crafting's kids with the unicorn ice cream and the blue Star Wars milk, which is not like the green stuff.
Okay, great.
Were you going to add on there, Mrs.?
I said we also do like Krispy Kreme, but during the eclipse that happened recently, they had the eclipse donuts. So of course we had to sacrifice ourselves and get a dozen donuts because God forbid you can't get 6. You have to get a dozen. It's just a law. And they were chocolate. They had chocolate frosting with sparkly glitter, edible glitter on them. They were really good.
See, we went in 2017 to see the eclipse up in the totality up in South Carolina, and we actually got donuts from the Krispy Kreme. These back then they were basically a fully chocolate donut. It wasn't this year they had a cookie like a whipped cream icing on it. It was a lot different. Yeah, and but in 2017 we just went and got in the state park and made reservations, and we sat there the whole time just watching and eating them.
We had custom made T-shirts that said "I blacked out at Millhouse State Park," and it had the date of the Musgrove Mill State Park. Sorry, with the date and the park. We actually, when we went in, we shared donuts with all the rangers, and they saw our shirts and they said, "Can we get that shirt? That we love that shirt." And so we called the person that made them for us and says, "Hey, if we give you an order, can you make these shirts?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." So we took orders from everybody, and they said, "Well, we'll send you a check for it." I'm like, "Don't worry about it." And so we made them all shirts and sent them up to them, so they got the "I blacked out at the state park" too. So it was really kind of fun. We shared donuts with people, and we got to see the eclipse, and it was just a good old time.
All right. Well, it's time for us to start wrapping this up. Again, this was an awesome show. I had a great time. I think everybody, this was a great diversion. And I'd like to think Klobby's up there saying, "Good show, guys. Good show." So, thank you again. And we will have you back. And of course, you are always welcome to join the pod on Just Cuz.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for having us. It's been a blast. It has been so much fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. So now time for show notes.
Show notes with Mr. Ray. Show. Notes with Sandra Mr. Raymond, push the button.
Okay. Snortapoopa says, as is part of his farewell, take care of every human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, ferret, eagle, hedgehog, and glass frog. Snort, Sandra got one of those for her birthday at Kobe Steakhouse this Monday. So, yes, she got a glass frog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I put those links out there. Dadman.
Okay.
Yeah. If my wrenches could, let's see. Let's see if I can scroll back over. Show notes. I'm getting squirreled.
That's okay. Just take your time.
Yeah. All right. Show notes for this coming week. Next week we will do Fantastic Four interviews. I've been reviewing Fantastic Four from the very beginning and moving on up. So we're going to do the next set on Wednesday. This Saturday is going to be our normal Saturday just cuz. We will the show where there's insanity, craziness, and just all out fun. And again, I think Klobby would enjoy that greatly. We've got hedgehogs, we got bears, we've got the kitty table, we got the slapshot table. Everything is ready to go. And there is something else I seem to be forgetting. I'm forgetting something. Guys, help me out here. I know this is... I got it. PodCon. PodCon, June 22nd in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. King Dolphin TV invades Gettysburg on June 22nd. Just Cuz will be live at the Lincoln Social Market from 3 to 9. Of course, there's food involved. And we will wrap it up by the musicians of the pod playing somehow, somewhere, somehow, some way. And hopefully we will either entertain people or not get thrown out. I told people to bring those screens as a la the Blues Brothers, where you protect yourself from the beer cans and beer bottles being thrown at. I'm trying to get those set up too. So yes, fun in the usual mayhem. PodCon will be in Gettysburg. You thought the battle was bad enough. Wait till the pod invades. So that's coming up on the 22nd of June. Really close. 2 weeks away.
Yeah. Wow.
2 weeks away. Aw, Snort. I am sorry. I wish you could go. It would be great to see you in the live and in the rubber human suit.
We'd if I could break away in time, we'd take Snortapoopas up there. Wouldn't we, miss it? We'd drive him up.
Sure.
But I will tell you, I would consider retiring from YouTube streaming if I could ever get this guy on one show to talk some history.
Yeah,
that would be really, really cool.
Ooh,
He's always great with his history out in the chat.
I've wanted to check out some stuff with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he is such a shy and retiring bear,
Yep. Yes, he
so
is.
But that's coming up. Just Cousins will be on Saturdays, except for if I'm on a away mission. And we're continuing to try to get interviews and more people to come in on Wednesdays to have fun. So that is show notes. That is show notes for this week.
This segment is brought to you by thedolphinboys.com. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. With Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes. Dun, dun.
Okay, and like I've said, Clobby was a big inspiration to me. So the one thing I do that he did and inspired me to do is I thank everybody who has been in the chat, both my team and the amazing guests that have been here. So we had Brian Hepburn, we had Bucky's Crafting, we've had Captain Nonfinity. We had here Dave C. We had DJ Play Nice. We had Tim FKHC 2005. Good Day Bruce. The Dreaded Hungry Boy. I hope you heard that. I got to talk to you, guy. We had Jack Lumen. Jim's Landscape. We had Lord Thoth. We had Maddie's Daddy. Max Redstone. Wow, we had a lot of people here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We had Pat S. The dreaded Phantom Outsider. Rancor Steve came by. The lovely Sci-Fi Mombi. Thank you. We had Sean Carter. We had Matt G, a.k.a. Taylor Swift, Greater Than Disney. We had the lovely Sherry. Thank you all, the guests, to the chat and to the pod. And now my amazing wrenchers. We had Wendy Webb, Trauma Warrior, was here. We had the first one in, the last one out, the Troublemaker, Legatus Legionii. And thanks for all your questions, buddy.
Mhm.
Great questions tonight.
We have the Comic Relief Crusader. We had the official hedgehog of King Dolphin TV, Pudgy Hedgehog. Check out his adventures.
Oh, can I just say one last thing about Pudgy? You got the
Yeah.
greatest hedgehog. Pudgy is so cool. I cannot say how much fun the missus and I had in that night in Georgia. Just, if you have not, hey, I tell you what, you may not like Twitch, but going over there, Pudgy makes it worth the process of getting on Twitch if you've not seen Pudgy before in action on a game.
Okay. And hello, Rusty Nail. Welcome. All right. Hello, Rusty Nail. And let's see. And finally, finally, the baddest bear, the hardest working bear on the internet. Snort Poopas. Q-bar. Dot scream. Hashtag roar. R. Great show.
Ah,
Great show. R.I.P. Clobby. Everybody put a CT out there or an MA. Let's think about Clobby. Rest in peace, buddy.
mhm.
Let's see. Rusty Nail, I think we were pretty respectful. We dedicated this chat to Clobbering Times, and I'd like to think he is up there smiling, knowing that we showed him the respect, and we continued to do what we do, and we so I'd like to think Clobby is looking down at us saying, "Good show, King. Good show."
Mhm.
So, all right. So, Dadman and Mrs. Dadman walking. I've had a great time. I am glad you did too. Stick around in the back room,
Okay.
and
Absolutely.
we would like to say thank you to the chat for being here.
Mhm.
Oh, there is one last thing. Wildcard Wednesday will be on. Please do a pod raid if you go in there to Clobby's channel and just say pod raid, and that's the show our support to Clobbering Times. And again, for the CT and MA out there, and if anybody can help out, I had the pin up there, and I'd like to wish you all a good night. See you over the weekend, and be safe, be happy, and again, rest in peace, Bob. We're
Mhm.
gonna miss you. All right. Good night, all.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
This segment is brought to you by the Dolphin Boy